I think this whole notion of omni-channel is the biggest thing that's going on right now. And PRI hosted an all-day forum before the DSE just on that subject matter alone. This whole notion of meeting customer expectations no matter what technology they use, or even if they choose not to use any technology, if they just want to walk into a brick and mortar store, if they want to go online, if they want to use a mobile app, however a customer wants to do business with a retailer, they should have the ability to do it at the time of their choosing and to be able to get a consistent message no matter how they do it. And so I think that whole notion of pushing not just retailers but anybody who's using this sort of broad range of technologies to reach their customer base, it's really important to drive home that message about the consistent communications across all the channels. When I say channels, what I mean is, communicating via a mobile app is one channel. The store is a channel. Advertising is a channel, and whether that's direct mail or a banner ad on a website. The website is a channel. So any way that you communicate with your customers is a channel, and there's all these various touch points along the path to purchase. Social media is a channel, because today, instead of somebody just saying, oh, I need a new blouse and going to the store and buying a blouse, now they're going to go online and they're going to look at options. They might look at some fashion websites to see what's trendy. They might be in the store trying something on and take a picture of themselves and send it to a friend and say, hey, what do you think of this? Should I buy it? So all those different channels are part of this whole omni-channel universe that we're operating in today. Don't be distracted by bright, shiny objects. So, the technology can be extremely cool, but it's a means to communicate. And so the essence is the communication. And before you even know what you're communicating, there's the business objective. So that's my tip. Figure out what your business objectives are first, then design your content strategy to align with those objectives, and then figure out what the technology implementation is going to be. A lot of people have a tendency to go for the flashiest, most high-tech option for content, but it's really more critical that the content aligns with the customer and with the business objectives. The content is the thread that goes between those 2 points. So, for example, if you think about, you have a customer walking into the store and you want to communicate one short thing to them, well, you're not going to show them a 1-minute video, you're going to show them a 5-second video. And you're going to communicate just the essence of what they need to know to make that decision. Do I go to the left, or do I go to the right, or do I go straight ahead? And then you move on to another level of content somewhere else in the store. What you can do on an interactive display or a tablet is very different from what you can do on a freestanding screen that is just meant for instantaneous communication. So you really have to be mindful of what you're trying to communicate and where in order to get your content correct. I think the biggest challenge that the industry faces today is that the pace of change is so incredibly rapid that by the time you invest in a technology, it's passé and something new has come along. And unfortunately, there is no booth here selling crystal balls that knows what's going to happen 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. So I think probably the biggest thing that deployers can do is be flexible and be nimble and put processes in place that will allow them to adapt and change as the industry changes, as the technology changes, and as their customer needs change. I think it's great to see the show growing from year to year. This is my 11th year. I've been here since the first Digital Signage Expo, or Digital Retailing Expo it was called in those days. It's great to see the broad range of technologies and see how the notion of what the screen is has changed, because it used to be a television, basically, a display. And now that display can be anything from wearable digital signage to a 105-inch curved HD display. So I think it's great that the industry has embraced all these various screens and ways of communicating, and is really looking at ways to make that coherent for the people that they're trying to target with their messaging.